My name is BJ Kirschhoffer, and I'm leading the polar bear maternal den study and the synthetic aperture radar study here in Svalbard, Norway. Synthetic aperture radar is a unique tool that uses movement of a vehicle to image a large area. So in our case, this time it's a helicopter. We pulled some measurements inside the helicopter, cut some aluminum pieces, welded them together to build almost like a replica of the bench inside the machine. So this whole rig could just kind of sit on the seat, almost like a seated human. Transit times can be like 45 minutes, maybe on up to an hour to the actual den site from town. Once we get to the immediate area, then the door is rolled open and there's a guidance system for that pilot to be able to follow. It's almost like maybe a 90s video game where you would be flying through boxes, and as the pilot's flying, you can guide the aircraft at the right altitude, the right speed, and the right direction in order to image exactly what we want to image down on the ground below. What is returned is actual data. Each pixel out there, we know where it is, it's geo-referenced, and differing images can be created from that. And that's what we're hoping to see, is that there's some sort of anomaly in the snowpack right where that bear is. Hopefully then, kind of a model could be built of that. We can say this is what a polar bear den looks like under these conditions with SAR, and let's go test it somewhere else where there's high density polar bear dens and put some cameras on and see if things actually come out of the snow. For areas where there's human activity, if we can say with certainty there's dens here and here, then we can say these are areas that we should protect for that window of time that bears are denning. And then once the bears are gone, the human activity can continue. But at least during that critical time, the synthetic aperture radar can say, this is where we need to be very careful in the spring months. I think field days are especially important this day and age because we have so many electronics out in the field that are able to gather data for us. What that means though is that we're spending a lot of time in the office behind computers kind of looking at data instead of the animals that we're studying themselves. And I think the more time you can spend in the field, there's kind of subtle clues on what's happening out there that help unlock the entire story, and that's ultimately what we're trying to do. So field days are super important, and it really is a gift to be able to come to a place like this, to be able to do work and get out there and spend some time in the environment that polar bears call home.